And I have a little hack that I came up with as a way to get around looking like you have a tribble stuck in your t-shirt. I'm guessing a lot of you won't get that tribble comment. Hello folks, I'm David. Welcome to my channel, Sid's Hot Take, and today I'll be giving you my take on this right here. The Hollyland Lark M2 wireless mic. And just for starters, I did pick this up with my own moolah, so there's zero sponsorship going on here, and I will be giving you my candid thoughts. Now you may be asking yourself, why in the name of time would I need a mic when my phone or device already has a mic? Well, you be the guest and tell me which one sounds better. This is what the audio sounds like using the mic on my iPhone 14 Pro Max. And this is what the audio sounds like using the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless mic. And you know what? This mic is even easier to use than your AirPods because there's no pairing. You just take out this little receiver, put it into your device's port, stick the mic on yourself, and you're good to go. I actually went with a combo kit, which means I can use this mic on an iPhone with a lightning port, or even on something with a USB-C port like a laptop, camera, or phone. Now guys, very quickly, I'm going to show you what things I like about this and some things that I don't like about it, or some tweaks that I like to see made to it if Hollyland ever decides to release an updated version of this. Number one, the size. Now, if you have spent any time on YouTube at all, you probably have already seen YouTubers with these oversized cubes or squares hanging off their t-shirts. They will come at a higher price tag, slightly better audio in my opinion, and a few more bells and whistles. But for its size and price and versatility, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. It really comes down to what you want to use this mic for. So make sure that you do your homework, especially the DJI Mic 2 has one clear advantage over this that I'll get to later on in this video. And something that really bothers me about these mics, I don't know if it's just me, let me know in the comments, as a way of making these external mics even less discreet, they put these massively oversized wind muffs over them to block out any wind noise, and which the Hollyland also has, but I just refuse to wear them. And I have a little hack that I came up with as a way to get around looking like you have a tribble stuck in your t-shirt. I'm guessing a lot of you won't get that tribble comment. Rather than putting a mic on the outside of my shirt, I simply put the mic on the inside of my shirt and letting my shirt act as a windbreaker. This has seemed to work for light winds, but for higher winds, you will want to use those tribbles. By the way, these mics are just so discreet. I wonder if you've already seen where the mic is on me right now. Have you? My favorite thing about this is just how discreet it actually is. For me, I want to have a mic on me that is as discreet as possible. I'm guessing Hollyland shares the same thoughts as me because they included stickers. I'm serious. They provided different kinds of stickers that you can put over the logo on the mic to make it less discreet. Now, I already told you about the little hack that I had, which means that I would have a black sticker on one side, but the side of the mic that would be flipped out because of my little wind hack, that means that you're still going to be seeing the logo. So I actually used the black sticker on the front and the back of this mic. I just had to do some cutting around with the scissors. And this also comes with a lanyard. Now, I've never used this yet, but if you're ever in the situation, maybe you're at the beach, you're not wearing your shirt or you're working out, this lanyard would come in very handy. And finally, they also have clips. If you don't want to use a magnet feature, you can also use the clips and just simply clip it onto yourself. Seriously, Hollyland thought of everything in this category. And by the way, speaking of being discreet, did you find out where I have the mic on me? Yeah, it's right here. But often when I do take videos, one really discreet place that I like to keep it is on the bottom side of the brim of my hat, like this, just like that. But for some of you who may want it closer to your chest for a better sound, this is probably the normal place to put it, but I just don't want it visible anywhere on me. So, and just a heads up, this mic is being used for all of this video. Seriously, this mic is just so small and light, and don't think that you have to be a YouTuber in order to get this mic. Think about this. Maybe you're somebody like my sister who has 2 young daughters, and she could easily stick this mic on them and let them run around and use them like when they're out going for a bike ride, and you will get their cute little voices at all times. And number 2, the case. Now, this was a wireless mic that I was using before this, but like I said in that video when I reviewed it, That case was very flimsy, and I was very careful not to drop it because I knew if I did, it would just disintegrate. I'll have the thumbnail for that mic pop up at the very end of this video if you want to check it out. Comica is a great little mic. The mic is a little bit bigger, however, its case is quite a bit smaller than this. However, this case has a much more premium feel to it, and it could remind you something of what your AirPods are like. When the mics are in the case, they're charging, and you charge your case with a USB port on the back of it that also has some battery status lights. And number 3 would have to be the sound quality and noise canceling. And honestly, I use noise canceling all the time on this mic. I mean, I'm out at the park this morning, and seeing that I am living in South Korea, there's always planes flying overhead. But if I did want to use a noise canceling feature, I just press the yellow button on the mic and it quickly engages it. Green means you're good to go. Noise canceling is activated. And by doing so, it'll block out any ambient noise. Now, whenever you hear of noise canceling, whether it's on your AirPods or other mics, a lot of YouTubers will complain and say that it has a bad habit of making your voice sound robotic or not very natural. But from my experience, not with a Hollyland. Now guys, I do have the noise canceling turned on right now, but I'm going to turn it off and on just so you can hear the difference. So I just simply press the yellow button here, 3, 2, 1. Noise canceling is off now. Now let's switch it back on and see what it sounds like. Noise canceling is on. All right, guys. Hollyland says that you get a range up to 300 feet or 1,000 meters with this little wireless mic. Now, seeing that I live in South Korea and it's not easy to find a place of 300 feet or 1,000 meters with a direct line of sight with no obstacles. So there's a little coffee shop at my place that has a rooftop, so I decided to come up here. And this will probably give you a good idea of just the insane range that this little tiny mic has. I can't think of any other situation when you would need to be any further away from the mic or the camera like I am right now. That is, I don't even know how far that is, but you get some idea now of just how powerful, high quality sound that you get and great range with it. And guys, if you're still with me here and you're getting anything out of this video, think about giving me a thumbs up and think about subbing to my channel, as I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subs. I would really appreciate it. Now, what about the tweaks? Well, you know, pretty much whatever product I do review on my channel, I always find some kind of tweak that I can think of, just because I don't believe that there's any perfect product out there. Now, that's not to say that I nitpick, but I do bring up legitimate concerns. And with a Hollyland, I have 2 legitimate tweaks that I would like to see made to it. Well, it's actually the same tweak that I want to see in my previous wireless mic, the Comica. And that is, every time that I wanted to use a receiver, I had to take off my case and just use my phone with no case at all, or use my dollar store case that I picked up, which allowed it to connect. Now, Hollyland fixed this issue by allowing the receiver to go into the port even further on my phone. But with me, I have an extra thick card case, and the connection is really touch and go. So because of this, I just can't trust it. I am still swapping out cases whenever I use my Hollyland. Not a big deal, because I'm guessing most of you will not have as thick of a case as I have right here. Seriously, I can fit 4 plastic cards in this. I love this case, but it is pretty beefy. And the second and final tweak that I'd like to see made to the Hollyland is with the receiver. Everything fits so snug and perfect into the case, except there's no place to put the receiver, which is all fun and games until the day when you leave the house, like I have twice. And I have left the receiver at home, meaning I couldn't use my mic. After the second time, I realized that I had to make some changes. So I went a little MacGyver on this and decided to glue a very strong, tiny magnet onto the back of the case, as a way of me always making sure that the receiver always stays on my case. Since I've done that, I've never forgotten a receiver at home. Gold star for me. Now, maybe if Hollyland ever releases an updated version of this, they can make a little bit of room just to slide the receiver in. Not even both of them, just one of them. However, Comica has fixed this issue by allowing the receiver to slide into the case using magnets. And finally, would I buy this again? Let me think about that for a second. Absolutely 100%. My girlfriend and I are always using these little discreet mics on my other YouTube channel, Maple and Kimchi. If you want to check that out, that's where we are hiking and vlogging and picnicking over here in South Korea. Shameless plug. So once again, guys, 2 thumbs up for the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless mic. Alright guys, the meat and potatoes of this video is pretty much all over, but there is one more thing that I want to add, so if you want to stick around you can check it out, and that is that when I bought the Hollyland Lark M2 mic, I was thinking that wireless and Bluetooth were synonymous, and they're clearly not. Now, why does this matter? Well, recently I bought myself the Insta360 Ace Pro action camera, which I'm using right now, and I wanted to use my Hollyland mic on it, of course. Now, my Ace Pro can connect to Bluetooth mics, but clearly the Hollyland is not a Bluetooth mic, it's just a wireless mic. That means I still had to use these little puppies right here, receivers, which means I had to spend an additional $100 on accessories for my Ace Pro in order to use my wireless mic on it. What I mean is that if I had went with a Bluetooth mic rather than a wireless mic, I would have been able to pair the mic to my camera the same way you would pair your AirPods to your iPhone. Now, going with a DJI Bluetooth Mic 2 would have been more costly, but I really would have lost that tiny footprint that the Hollyland has that I really, really do love. But maybe you're okay with sticking the receiver into your phone and don't need Bluetooth, then this tiny little buddy will be just fine for you. Really, the size difference is remarkable.
Yeah, I know.
Who said that? Show yourself. And guys, just like all my other videos, I provide all the Amazon links to everything that I mentioned in my video, so you can quickly click on the links down in the description. It'll take you right over to Amazon, which means I've done all the heavy lifting for you, which will probably just make your shopping a lot easier. And guys, here's that Comica wireless mic that I used to use. That's a great little mic. It's also really tiny, and it has noise canceling, and it's even cheaper than the Hollyland, something you may want to check out. I really appreciate your viewership, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.